Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 120th episode of Screaming Into the Void, where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and joining me today, two of our panel regulars and co-hosts, green-haired anti-liberal. Hello.
Hello. I be here.
And Caucasian Sasquatch.
Where?
There.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, no, I'm here. I think I'm here. Well, I'm here. You're there. She's there, and we're here.
I actually got a movie trailer we're going to go through later today because I think it's right up your fucking alley, Sasquatch. But
Oh Lord.
The Sentinel Ferret.
Oh,
no, it's called Yeti with a Machete.
Oh.
Hey, I had another thought. How about Crack Monkey?
Oh my God. Maybe you should patent it first.
Yeah. Then I'll never get to watch it because nobody trusts me.
So, anywho, welcome to the show, everybody. We have a couple of things we're going to go over today, but for the most part, it's probably just going to be a chill conversation stream because why the fuck not? You know, a lot of pressure's off this week. You know, don't have to worry too much about things blowing up immediately. So, you know, we're not going to.
I still can't believe it's only been basically a week. Like, it's weird.
Do you remember the last time? Do you remember 2016 when there was a complete month of absolute unhinged drivel?
That is way too far back for me to remember. 8 years ago?
Yeah, well, it was right around the time I started my channel. So, like, that's part of the reason why I remember it. Because I milked every snowflake I could find. Like, all of the liberal tears were flowing freely. It was a good year.
Yeah. For me, I started this channel in 2019, but I didn't actually do anything with it till 22. So, you know, here we are. But yeah, no, I kind of remember it, but at the time I was like a lot of Americans were, you know, and generally are. I was busy with my own life, with my own family, with my own local shit, you know. So, you know, and at the time, honestly, the first time Trump got elected, I thought that whole thing was a joke. I mean, he was coming off The Apprentice, you know. I was like, "Are you serious about this guy? Really?"
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. See, here's the beauty of Trump being president. And even his cabinet picks play directly into this. For the next 4 years, I don't have to write a single joke. I could just say whatever Trump is doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's something that bothers me about this whole thing. You've got all these liberals running around trying to tell us what Trump is doing, what Trump is thinking, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs. But if they just shut the hell up and read Twitter, he'll tell you exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I would also like to put out there, and I know I'm not the first to posit this particular idea, but Twitter was dying in 2015, 2016. It was going the way of the dinosaur. It was going the way of MySpace. You know, it was going to be like no more, or at the very least, so insignificant nobody talked about it anymore. Trump's election saved Twitter.
Yeah. Just like it saved fucking mainstream media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Without that, there would not be X today because nobody gives a shit about that platform.
I didn't even have a freaking Twitter account until 2023.
Yeah, I think I started mine up about a year before that. So
I only did it because Elon took over, and also because I actually started a YouTube channel.
I applied for mine in, like, I guess 2014, 2015, maybe. I can't remember. It was way long before I actually got it. right after Elon picked up Twitter, I wake up one morning with an email saying your application has been accepted, and I was like, "The fuck did I apply for?" And I had to like rumble around and stuff. I checked the email; it wasn't really clear. It was something from X, and I was like, "What the fuck is X?" So I went and checked this, that, and I finally found on one of my old phones I had an X account, and my very first tweet, "I am here. You may continue," had been retroactively uploaded on whatever date it was I had applied. But hadn't been given to me until that day.
Right.
Yeah, the only reason I got a Twitter in the first place, I wasn't even intending to like post anything regular, except I was trying to promote my friend Exiled Lioness's channel. Her original channel, not the one that she's got now, because in between there, that the old channel got nuked and now she's onto a new one. And that was the whole reason I did that, was to like reach out to potential guests or collabs or to promote when she was going live and stuff. And the next thing I know, I'm tweeting like a little girl at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning about anything and everything. And I've been doing that shit ever since. So
but you giggle like a little girl when you're reading it too.
Depends on the thing. Depends on the thing that I'm responding to, or I said, or I, whatever. We've got something that we're gonna discuss here in a little bit. The gal brought up a few minutes before the show that is very much along the lines of my giggling like a fucking 5-year-old kid.
It's okay. I giggle whenever I make posts like that, and you don't have responses to them.
That's fair enough. I did respond this time, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. So before we get too much further, though, and before I forget to do so, I'm going to say hello to the chat. We are currently live on 2 YouTube channels, Twix and Rumble. Hopefully that stays throughout, because we did have some issues on Abyssal Musings last night where X stopped working for some reason. The connection stopped working, and I actually had to restart it. So that stream split in half on there. And earlier this week over on the Renaissance Nerds channel, we had that same issue with StreamYard and YouTube, and we ended up having to recreate an entirely new stream to finish the show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing like that happens today. Yeah. Sasquatch, if you want to go ahead, go for it. I don't have any connection to that particular platform whatsoever. So,
doggone it. I was supposed to go and chat. My bad.
Fair enough.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah. If you want to, go for it. I'm not on Facebook.
See, this is what I've done a couple of times before, is had some folks in this chat share the whichever stream they were in to a couple of prayer groups on Facebook, or maybe a Mormon group, or your Jehovah's Witness group, or whatever group it is you dislike the most. And they don't like it, but the people who send it have a ton of good time.
Fair enough.
Aren't you a troll?
Well, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
He says he's retired, but nobody buys that.
Right.
I have heavily changed my methodology to a point that no longer requires evil.
Mm.
I am a chaos god. He is evil.
If you say so. First up with Ryan from Legion Games. Hello, man. First, that's gonna piss Larry off, but appreciate you being here.
Specimen.
We got John Denicola in chat with us. We have and once again, I got to say how much I love this name, El Perro. Because that is not the dog, ladies and gentlemen. The dog has 2 R's in it. That is the butt.
I really got to get you together with him one night backstage, so you can figure out what that's all about, because it's hilarious to me.
God.
We got Dennis Bigfoot in chat. Thank you for showing up, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Joe Cool. Hello. I know I've made it. We've got Cliff Anderson over on the YouTube side, and I think later he pops in on the Rumble side as well. So yeah, welcome in.
Thanks for my snacks.
Yep. John Smith 2046. Hello. We've got Prairie with us this evening. If it's seeming a little slow on my end, I don't know. StreamYard's just acting funky, but my connection's good, so we should be okay to go. Yeah. All right. Am I missing anybody? Aaron Laura. Good to see you. Good to see you. Aaron Laura has been making some of the dirtiest fucking jokes lately, which I get blamed for.
I'm aroused.
I blame you for it too.
Yeah. We got Brandon Mitchell. Hello. Yep. And there's Cliff over on the Rumble side as well. Mm-hmm. Welcome in. Let's see. Who have I missed? I've missed some people, I think. Chill with Claiborne. Hello. Good to see you.
I missed you.
Aw. Y'all are so gay.
We've got the smoking auditor.
Gross.
We've got Good Citizen Media. We have yes, you made dirty jokes. Yes, you. Speaking of corrupting very, very pleasant, wholesome women. Hello, Luke Castley. Welcome in.
Here.
And I think that's everybody so far. Clutch your pearls. I'm gonna just leave that lie right where it's at. So consider the pearls clutched. Moving forward. So anyhow,
make a comment because Lou is here.
Right. No, I'm not gonna. She knows where she is.
I was just gonna say things like, I know what your sister sells, so I don't need to know that you're clutching anything like that.
Yeah. So
they're not pearls.
Lucas, yeah, they're not pearls. They're I mean, did Benoit ring a bell? Sasquatch knows exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, Luke Castley has said this many, many times. She understands, in her words, this is a man space, and we say man things, and sometimes man things are gross or juvenile, and sometimes both. You know, she puts up with a lot from us, but yeah. See, dirty jokes. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate you. So anyhow, and yes, my sister, one of my siblings owns a shop where she sells novelties and fun stuff, and sometimes that means little like cute bear figurines, like with canoes and cubs and stuff, and sometimes that means the Rambone, which is a dildo as long as my forearm. So, you know,
nobody needs that. I would just like.
You know what?
She's playing with little guys.
So. Look, that's not what you use. You can use it for that if you need to, I guess. But there are other applications for a dildo of that size. Number one, it's heavy. It's made of a very solid rubber, and it's got sort of a knot on one end where the testicles would be. It could be used as a fucking floppy war club if you wanted.
Hold on. Imagine it's late night. You're flipping, you're tripping. Some dude breaks in and he comes charging at you on the bed. You whip out your big ass forearm dildo, start whapping him up around the ears and head. He is going to be psychologically and physically beaten when you're done.
Well, this thing is heavy enough. You probably knock him out if you hit him right the first time. So he'd have to wake up first to be traumatized. But anyway, or if you're feeling especially saucy, you could just attach it like a unicorn horn to the front of your boss's truck.
Use super glue.
Yes, or solder, whatever.
But not in Texas.
That's true. It's true. Hey, yep. DTK. So there are other applications for the thing. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to necessarily just be used for gapage, I guess. So. Anyhow. Now let's move past the sex toys talk a little bit. I'm sure we'll return to that at some point. We nearly always do.
It is us, and you have tentacles, so.
It is us. I do have tentacles.
I see how you tried to get me to respond there, gal, and don't appreciate it. Stop kink shaming me.
Speaking of which, I'm going to bring up a conversation because Gal missed Beelzebub last night. So I'm going to bring up a conversation that I brought up then last night because I think there's some merit to it. And for the ladies in the chat, I kind of apologize, but also I'm a dude. So
I don't get an apology.
You're kind of a dude too.
All right, Sam. Listen.
I mean, you got the wrong parts, but you got the right mind.
No. Set this straight. Marines have a lot of male tendencies, but does not make them male.
You mean female Marines?
No. I mean a Marine, period. Regardless of male or female, effeminate, straight, gay, crooked, left, right, center, it does not matter. A Marine will eat crayons and act tough. They can't help it.
I don't know why you got to bring crayons into it.
Are you hungry now? I'm sorry.
A little bit, actually.
All right. So I watched this movie the other night. I actually finished it last night after Beelzebub. Aside from the fact that yes, it has moments where it's definitely live action hentai. It's one of those low budget films, right?
Forgive me, old one, for I've sinned. I too have witnessed this atrocity.
Right. Well, at one point she gets like tentacle felt up by Cthulhu himself, and then she starts like giving this crazy, scary STD that turns people's penises into like snake monsters with teeth. But
Lovely.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild film. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I was watching this the other night. I did enjoy the hell out of it. It's gross as shit. But it also has something that we've been lacking in movies for a long time. And I was wrong last night when I mentioned this. This is not as recent as I thought it was. This movie's about 10 years old, so prior to 2016 when everything went to fucking shit. But it does have something that we've been lacking in movies, that men have been lacking in movies, and that is random titties, and lots of them. And I think it's important that gets brought back.
Yeah, I was appreciative of Meth Gator on that point as well. And this was more impressive to me. It wasn't so much the number of titties as how healthy the young ladies with titties were, right? They didn't look like mid-'80s freaking models, if you catch my drift. You know, where the neck and the back and the butt all just kind of blend together.
Wait. Are random titties not
Lou, you're right. You're right about originality, but that's right. You know, like if you put look, if you put random titties into a movie, right? Honestly, it kind of negates some of the shittiness of occasional scripts. You know, sometimes the stories aren't so good. So you put some random titties in, and honestly, it works for me. So
let's do this retroactively. Let's take a look at this concept. Back up and say The Notebook, but with random titties.
I've never seen that movie, and I never will.
Okay, let's try again. Back to the Future, but random titties.
Okay.
I mean,
it's an extra star.
Yeah, first of all, Back to the Future is an excellent movie. But how much better would it be if it's just like a scene where, you know, titties pop out? Maybe not his mom's.
I was going to say Michael J. Fox's titties. Maybe, I don't know. That's a solid C cup. I don't know.
Like the mom's friend or something. Let's keep it out of the family.
Why? He didn't.
Yeah. It was already borderline weird.
That's not a borderline, honey. That's across the farm. You're in the county. We have officially transmigrated.
I try not to think about that plot line too much.
You know, I'm not saying anything like extreme. It doesn't have to be like graphic sex or anything like that. You know, like nothing, you know, and definitely not like the donkey show that was in Clerks 2. We don't need that shit. But in fact, I would argue nobody needed that shit. But
Clerks 2 needed that shit, dude. Have you seen the rest of that plot?
Yes. But anyway, my point is like, you know, beautiful breasts are appreciated. And honestly, I think the ladies also appreciate beautiful breasts as well. I just think they're less vocal about it because they got standards and they don't want us men to know that. So.
I mean, I literally on Ballbusters said that. So I guess I'm not a lady, though. You did say lady.
I mean, you know what I've always said about Bon Jovi and tits, right? Like why Bon Jovi is like tits?
No.
Is because everybody loves titties. Right?
Well,
I love titties.
And if they say they don't, they're lying. Same thing with Bon Jovi. That's right,
Well,
Nerdrotic. I'm looking at you. Hi, Statics.
Wait, Bon Jovi doesn't love titties?
Have you met Bon Jovi? Probably not.
Bon Jovi's a little figless.
Legless.
So, but yeah, welcome to the show, Static. But this is
Gregory, we are talking about titties.
Yeah, welcome to the show, bud.
Titties last night.
What was that saying?
say that again.
We talked about these titties last night.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all
We did.
Yeah.
Static was on the show as well, and that's
I wasn't
exactly.
there, so he felt the need to bring it up again. Apparently,
Yes.
for my
Because
sake.
everyone loves titties.
If you
Right?
keep on, Gal, we're going to bring up the Catwoman suit.
Why is everyone so obsessed with that?
That's been weird.
I have obsessions.
12 hours.
What's that?
Yeah,
Static?
that's a.
I said the whole Catwoman thing's been weird the last 12 hours.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to figure out who's a furry.
Indeed, Queen Bird.
Well, there's one easy way. If you have to cough up hair afterwards, chances are you were going down on a furry.
See, and Catwoman is
Or
not
me.
a cat with fur. So
Did you guys ever see that movie Paul with Simon Pegg and Nick
Yes.
Frost and
the alien Paul.
so the bit where he keeps talking about losing his virginity to like a chick in an Ewok suit and a con. They
saw
never
it.
specify if she took the suit off or not.
Oh God.
I gotta watch that one again.
Oh man. Of the Seth Rogen movies that are out there, that's probably one of the ones that
I've heard
enjoy
it's a
most.
really good movie.
Simon Pegg.
It's got its
just,
moments.
I don't know if has Simon Pegg failed to deliver on anything yet. Like,
Honestly, I've watched
In his
most of his movies,
movies?
including some shit that
Yeah.
nobody's ever heard of, and they're all pretty good.
yeah,
I can confirm
Yeah.
with movies, just real life stuff. We'll not talk about.
Not real life stuff, whatever.
oh
but,
yeah,
you know,
no.
like in-
The guy's a fucking. He's a
Dumbass
bitch.
like the rest of them.
Yeah, but no, in the movies, his movies are pretty entertaining. He did one called Absolutely Anything with Kate Beckinsale that I think was actually written by John Cleese, and it's hysterical. It's about these aliens that are like, yeah, we're going to give this mortal all the powers of creation and God just to see what happens, and they give him to Simon fucking Pegg of all people.
That's a choice.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. I think I'm trying to remember who plays his dog's voice because he's like he can't understand his dog what his dog wants, so he's like, I wish you could just talk. And he doesn't realize he has these powers yet, and the dog starts talking to him.
Oh, what was that called? That one was really good.
It was called
Everything,
Oh.
everywhere, all the time. No.
no, that's
that
the movie.
movie.
This was called Absolutely Anything.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He also had this other movie that I really enjoyed quite a bit. It was like this sort of comic, funny horror thriller. That was called no, it wasn't Shaun of the Dead. It was Shaun of the Dead's very well known. This one isn't. It was called something like A Fear of Absolutely Everything. I don't think that's the full title, but yeah, it's about a guy who's literally afraid of everything. He's writing a treatise about
Must
it,
be
and
a
he gets
stressful
embroiled with
life.
this whole
I think
serial
it's an
killer investigation.
inexplicable fear of everything. Of
Something
absolutely
like
everything.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I seen
So,
that
but-
one too.
Yeah, but it's pretty good.
I can't even imagine that. That would be a very stressful life.
Yeah, it would. But
The worst one was
yeah,
the one
that's-
about the end of the world.
Is
what,
that
The World's End?
Yeah, The World's End. I thought that one was probably his worst.
I think that movie's a lot deeper than people give it credit for, but that we can agree to
You also
disagree
like
on that.
movies like Cocaine Bear.
I love
Yes, but I like
No,
good movies
Static,
too,
don't
gal.
go in his side. God.
I love I am the king of corn. I fucking love corny movies.
It's not even that it's corny. It just wasn't funny, and none of the things made sense.
It was hysterical.
I like stupid shit.
Bad.
Yeah, well, first you have to have an interior monologue to understand the level of humor of these films.
Oh, we're going.
I've got time.
It's early.
I wasn't going to go there.
I had a car. We can go anywhere you like.
Eat a giant bag of dicks.
I may have already done that. I got a few left in the refrigerator. Would you like me to warm them up for you?
I don't need them.
Oh, good.
So yeah, no, Simon Pegg does good movies. He does this one called Kill Me Three Times, which is just about a bunch of people trying to get a big bag of money by knocking each other off. It was pretty interesting. It's an Australian movie. He was the only non-Australian in it, but yeah, that one was pretty fun. And he was in a black comedy with Ross from Friends a while back.
Really?
Yeah.
I apparently know none of his movies. Jesus.
I went down a Simon Pegg rabbit hole like 10 years ago, and I watched everything he'd ever done up to that point.
Gotcha.
So I even excused some of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek stuff because I think the casting was pretty good in those movies. And he played Scotty.
Those movies.
Shame.
Separate.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Is that a regular giant bag of dicks or a Sears giant bag of dicks?
That's so Wolfie. He recently started uploading some content over there. He's singing old Western songs and stuff. It's actually not terrible. He needs a decent mic and maybe somebody to pick a guitar for him or to understand the concept of dubbing. But other than that, he's doing good.
Right. So I guess back to my original point. It's like I think in most cases, not all, but most cases, you know, a nice pair of tits on screen for a minute or two is just what the doctor ordered. I think I call it gratuitous, call it whatever, but I think it does add something to the film. You know, in most cases, like I wouldn't throw them into Avatar, for example, because that's already way too close to bestiality for my taste anyway. But
yeah,
it's better than random penis.
True.
And there's been a lot of random cock.
Frankenstein's with titties.
Let's be honest. Let us all be honest about this, right? Tits are a beautiful thing. Everybody can appreciate the beauty of a perfectly formed breast, right? There is no such thing as a pretty penis. It does not exist.
Yep.
But I spent all that time tattooing mine. My wife says she likes it.
Yeah, she says that, dude.
I know. It just makes me feel better. I get it. Probably makes her feel better too. Olivia Munn. Do you remember the original Man Show series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her entire purpose of
bitch.
Yeah. The entire purpose of Olivia Munn initially was because she was hot as hell with perfect breast and would bounce on a trampoline at the drop of a hat, do things like stuff. See how many hot dogs she could put in her mouth and stuff.
Oh, that was on Attack of the Show on G4, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been Attack of the Show. I thought it was the Man Show.
No,
Olivia Munn got started on Attack of the Show.
I remember now. My bad. The Man Show was the trampoline.
Yeah.
But Olivia Munn was hired because of her excellent breast and perfect freaking derriere. But then she turned out to actually be like a hardcore gamer. So, you know, bonus.
Queen Bird brings up a great point. That is a great point. You want us to go to chick flicks with you, throw some tits into it.
It's like that,
throw us something.
Movie recently.
I was saying, isn't that the Sydney Sweeney move now?
Yeah. Well, because she's probably the only one in Hollywood with those assets who understands why they were used and why they're successful.
Even What's Her Face did that recently in a movie.
Jennifer Lawrence. That is valid.
That was actually not a bad movie either.
No, Hard Feelings or something like that.
It was called No Hard Feelings. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it's actually not terrible. I actually enjoyed sitting through that one. Plus,
do you feel that makes up for her? Sorry, Sam.
Well, when she is fully frontal naked in that movie, but the scene is comedic. It's not like she's being all sexy in that scene. She gets into a fist fight with some high schoolers that stole her clothes on a beach, and she beats the ever loving shit out of them butt naked. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make that point as well. As with the dildo fight in the dark next to your bed, anytime a man with no underwear on beats the hell out of you, you are psychologically scarred for life.
Smoking under, I would apologize, but I didn't turn it up where old ladies could hear me. But yeah, I don't know. It was nice to I mean, say what you will about Jennifer Lawrence. The woman's got a nice rack. She does.
Oh, okay. You remember I told you there's a couple of people that I know that actually can smoke me up on movies and stuff. Oh, Wolfie's one of those guys, and he brought up an excellent point. The best tit scene ever is Phoebe Cates from Fast Times in Ridgemont High.
Yeah, I think Queen Bird brought that same thing up. So, have you ever watched Simcast, Gal?
I've tried.
Okay. So, like, I'm not talking about the show itself, but their opening credits that Christian Mayer had stitched together.
Way too
the
long
bit
ago.
where. Well, there's a bit where Phoebe Cates comes out of a swimming pool in this red bikini, right? And her hair's all slicked back and wet, and it cuts off right before she opens the bikini top, right? That's the scene that Wolfie's talking about.
I don't even
It's
know
a
who she
classic.
is.
Hold on, I can find this in seconds.
We can't show the whole thing, obviously.
I know,
okay.
I'll just
I know who she
share
is.
it in the old private.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Phoebe Cates was also very well known for her part in her role in Gremlins.
Ah, that's what I know her from. Okay. I was like, I
Yeah.
recognize
She was the one who hated Christmas because they found her dead dad in the fucking chimney dressed like Santa Claus when she was a little girl. Yeah, which, to be fair, that's a valid reason.
But also that prepared her for what was going on Gremlins night, because she was just nothing bothered her. She was like, oh, there's Gremlins. Okay. Oh, there's not monsters in the living room. That's fine. Here, let me kill one with a slicing knife.
Yeah.
So she just
I figured-
comes out of the
Oh,
water
man.
and takes it off.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like kitties need to talk. They don't need a script. They just show up for the show and the show is done.
Oh yeah. I can't bring this up. This is like full on tits out.
Well, he was sharing, I'm assuming, for my benefit.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it.
Let's go ahead
Everyone
and
knows
talk that.
They're very perky.
They are. She was
Static, I'm a little upset with you. I'm a little upset that the FBI are now trying to beat down my door. What the hell was in that link?
Wasn't
I also appreciate that they're not, like, as a woman that is not blessed with Sweeney size.
Oh, Wolfie, that is
I also
correct. And
appreciate
Drop
it.
Dead Fred rocks.
She also starred in the Quote Class.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever.
Drop Dead Fred. Never seen it.
Yeah, it's about imaginary friends. It's very worth it. It's hilarious.
So I had a ex-girlfriend of mine that had a tattoo of a coin on her navel, and she put the reverse side of the coin on her back, but she'd always get pissed off when I tried to flip her.
Yeah. But I mean, I think we need to make a return. We need to make a return to these kinds of movies. I think everybody would appreciate more tits and less penis on the screen.
And our plastic surgeons nowadays have a lot more skill than they did back in the 90s when all of this died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this actually leads into something else we were going to talk about, Queen Bird. That is 100% accurate, right? Your mama is totally on with that. It's something else that Gal also brought up a couple of days ago, which I was intending to discuss today too.
Okay.
And by the way, for my own mother, if you're watching this, please stop, because it's only going to get worse.
Don't do that. It's not safe, Mom.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there was that video that you brought up with the woman who made the claim that empty balls save lives, and she's not wrong.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you happen to have that one handy?
I can get it. Or Static has it.
I had this one bookmarked after the show on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, it's big facts. It's big facts. So, like, major stress relieving devices are breasts, right? They just are, right? They're mesmerizing to us. They feel nice. You know, they put us into kind of a state where it's everything is okay. You know,
It's like having a stress ball that usually complains, but right now she shut up.
I mean, yeah. You know, it's that's also funny because I've heard it said that it's interesting that the world's most effective stress relieving devices are also attached to the most stress inducing creature on Earth.
It's a lot of power to wield.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Want me to bring it up?
Yes, please.
And away we go.
Empty balls save
Smash or
lives.
pass?
Simple theory. Hear me out, okay? By routinely making sure
Hear her out.
money is emptied out, there's no road rage. No one's getting yelled at Dunkin's. There's no cashier that's getting yelled at for giving improper change. If everyone is just
Kennel.
routinely making sure that they're eating their vegetables, okay? And O is a different type of vegetable. You're being emptied. No one's pent up. Everyone's happy because there's no pent up. Oh my God, I'm angry and I don't know why. Okay. You have a big bowl of Cheerios in the morning sometimes or at night. Okay. You can make sure that you're happy and he's happy. So get on your knees, take him to the bedroom for a couple minutes, make sure everyone's emptied out. And this winter season, there could be no car accidents. No one's driving too fast. Everyone's happy. We could save the world by simply just empowering ourselves or our spouses to just give some top-notch snobby knob jobs.
I do want to point out that I disagree on the no one's driving too fast. That's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but they're
gonna
doing
be
it because they're
rushed.
happy, not because they're angry.
No, they're doing
Right.
it because they're on the way to be relieved.
See, when I drive fast, it's just because I drive fast. I was raised by a racer, so it's just how I drive.
So I was too, but I was terrified as a small child by the crazy shit my family did when they were driving. And I drive like a little old lady until fast driving is required. And people look at me like, where'd that come from? I'm like, my pop was a stock car driver. What are you talking about, dude? I can drive fast. I just don't.
See, I can and I do.
Yep. You know, like, look, there's a simple recipe for men are simple creatures. This is a fact. We are very simple. We do not require a lot of things. We do not play games about what we require. Women also have their needs and their requirements as well, but they tend to make it as confusing as fuck for those of us with, twig and berries.
Can confirm.
So, yeah, it is what it is. We're almost two completely different species, except that we're not.
On
We're
purpose. This is the part
Right.
that bothers me. If it was an accident, if y'all did it without thinking, that would be fine. But no. You find out what specifically agitates the living shit out of us and then insert that into every bowl of ice cream we get.
right.
You, in every single conversation we have, bring up, what is it?
I don't know, but you're not going to be able to figure it out because of that lack of thing we talked about.
You're half woman, sir.
Well, your mind's cleaner than mine because you change it 3 times a day.
Oh,
My mind's never clean. Just so just saying.
yeah. This is Crystal Consciousness. Welcome into the show.
Yeah, that's green-haired Andy Liberal. She tends to take shots across the bow, the flanks, somewhere in the middle sometimes.
Oh, I was assuming she was talking about the almost hawk to a chick we just watched, but if it was me, thanks.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's you.
Yeah, look. There's a simple recipe to having a happy life, though, right? It's if you share that life with someone else, keep that person happy. Do what you can to fulfill, the needs that they have. The happier they are, the happier you are, because they're not trying to make your life more difficult.
This is why I cook. My wife likes cheeseburgers. I like booty. It's a really, it works.
Yeah. Right. That does work.
And she eats
It's a
more
symbiosis.
cheeseburgers, has more booty.
Yep. Yes, young God, but it also works the other way around. You keep your husband happy, you're going to have a much easier time too.
That's
It's
true.
a symbiotic
It's
thing.
street. Yeah.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
that clip with those Asian chicks, they're all like sitting around on a couch and they're all saying, my job is to make sure my husband's happy all the time and make his life easy. And essentially the same conversation as emptying them out all the time to make sure that everything's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do it either. Like, it just makes everybody happy. It's better to be happy.
A lot of women think it's like a power play.
Go ahead. I want to hear this. Come on. Let me just go ahead. Here we go. Let's fire out.
Like, are you saying that a lot of women think that the man has the power in that situation?
No, that they think
No.
it's a manipulation power play.
Oh. See, it's not a manipulation thing. Whatever. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to.
I'd say think about it.
I don't understand why women are averse to just pleasing their man. It makes life so much fucking easier because it's going to be reciprocated. Men are simple. Sam said it earlier. Just please your man and life will be better.
That's really all a man wants to do.
That's why I said it's a two-way street.
Like, I think it's very common for men to just want to make things as easy as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Like babies.
Well, that's even simpler than that. Like, how many times those of us here who've been married or are married or whatnot, how many times has your spouse come up to you and had a problem, right? And she's been very upset about this problem. And the second you try to solve the problem, she gets more upset with you because she doesn't want you to solve the problem. She just wants you to fucking sit there and listen like a good little boy and not actually fix the thing, which is what we're actually wired to do.
That's actually a red flag, bro. If she comes to you with a problem that you're not expected or, well, first of all, not capable of solving, but most of all, not expected to solve, she's got another man and that's who's supposed to solve it. She's just using you as an emotional tampon.
Right. Yeah. And that's no good. That's no good for anybody. That's not keeping them happy. They're certainly not keeping you happy because now I'm high stress because now I'm just like, well, what the fuck do I do? Because I got like 6 different fucking solutions off the top of my head that would solve this fucking problem. But she just wants to cry about it. And the crying is fucking wigging me out.
Have you tried drugs?
I mean, yeah, but that didn't help.
For a little while. I mean, a few months. Then it becomes its own problem. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, that becomes its own problem later on.
Actually, there is one drug. You know how ecstasy was developed?
I don't recall off the top of my head, but I did it one time.
So back in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, ecstasy was developed in a laboratory. And everybody was like, okay, well, it's kind of like methamphetamine. It, chemically looks vaguely like LSD. It kind of resembles cocaine. They weren't sure what it would do. And after doing some tests, they found out that mice would just like scrump and roll around in the hay. That's all they would do when you give it to them. And so they reached the level of human trials. And the first group of people they brought in were a couples therapy people. And they sent them home with a dose of X each, and they never came back. They went home and lived happily ever after, as far as I could tell.
So
it was originally developed as a couples therapy drug.
Viagra.
No, this opens a man's emotions and opens a woman's sexuality about the same amount. And so they end up uniting together in a single goal of scrumping. and it makes them both feel better about each other and not completely lost in the world and alone and stuff. It's a weird story. Go look it up. It's freaking interesting as hell.
Ecstasy's fun, but they've ruined it.
Until you come down, it is.
You know what? I never had a bad
pretty
time
hard.
Shit. Nah, I like
Sure. But here's the thing: it's not one of those things that like an Ambien where you're intended to take it every night before bed or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's an experience. Y'all share it and you move on with your life. You're not supposed to go back and get 60 more.
Yeah, and it's not definitely like shit. Back in the 90s, kids were popping it every fucking day. Like you're not supposed to do that. Like, that's a bad idea.
Here's the reason why
some of us
it's so
selling
bad.
it to, yeah.
Here's the reason why ecstasy is so bad, especially for anybody under the age of like 25. Your brain makes a limited amount of neurochemicals every day. And if you start taking beans on the daily, it stops some neurochemicals and boosts other neurochemicals. And when you come down off of it, it flip-flops and you become anxious and uncomfortable instead of being comfortable and happy.
And absolutely miserable to be around.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that like so there is a responsible way to use drugs. It's a very, very fucking narrow path, but there is a responsible way to use that. And there are certain chemicals and compounds and various things out there that can assist you in opening a door to figuring out how to make shit work, but it can't do it on its own. And if you just keep taking the drug, eventually it's not going to fucking do anything but fuck you up.
I think a while back I heard something. This was around the same time that they were started looking into psilocybin. Well, I mean, they've always been looking into it, but I think Colorado was considering legalizing MDMA for medicinal uses. You know, obviously very, very minimal amounts.
Shit, how long ago was this?
Microdosing, bro. I've been microdosing for a while on MDMA.
7 years ago.
Okay, because like when I lived in Colorado, like MDMA was classified under the same laws as LSD, and for having on your person for personal consumption a single tab of LSD, you could get 25 to fucking life. Same as it was the same as manslaughter. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me run this one by you. LSD is a weird one, right? It can be effective in such a tiny dose that a single tab might have 10,000 doses. So, I mean, I get where they're coming from. I just think they missed the mark.
Well, there was a big period of time.
It was just outlawed entirely. You know, it didn't matter what the actual dosage was. If you had any on you for any reason, even for personal consumption, even if you could prove that you weren't going to sell it to anybody, which of course is very difficult in a drug case, you were going to get slapped with the same penalty as involuntary manslaughter, or voluntary manslaughter rather, in Colorado. And this was the case for years. You know, so it was just better not to mess around with it, because if you got pulled over and they found out you had it, it doesn't matter if you had a broken taillight, you were going to prison probably for the rest of your damn life.
Recall, though, if you will, that was prior to the legalization of marijuana and the influx of Californians because of that legalization, which means that they brought their politics and beliefs with them. And Colorado is as blue as the day is long now. Fuck my life. I
left Colorado around the same time that you entered Colorado, and it was right about the time that they were trying to legalize pot everywhere. And they had managed to legalize it, I think, within the city limits of Denver, but not within the county. And so the city cops could hold you there on a bullshit charge till the county cops got there to arrest you for possession.
Yeah,
it was really fucking funny.
Technically, I was a California transplant because I was stationed in California when I got out.
We can tell.
So eat me, motherfucker. Fuck off. And so I got here along with those Californians, but my reasoning was not for the marijuana. It was just for job security.
It was for the mushrooms.
So I personally hate marijuana. I hate the smell of it, the taste of it, the feel of it, the way people act fucking stupid on it. You know, I I don't like the stuff. I don't want to be any
Smoke 'em if you got them,
stuff.
folks.
And so that is one of the reasons that I left Colorado, because the entire area I lived in northern Colorado started to smell like pot unless you were in Greeley, and then it was sheep shit and pot.
I love the smell and taste of pot.
Oh, it's fucking disgusting, man. It's like
hate
it's like somebody injected a skunk's asshole with crack and
That's good
aniseed.
shit. That's the good shit, bro. That's not just a regular pot. You gonna be that's chronic, bro. Like that's good stuff.
Yeah, it does not smell good to me. It
I
makes
didn't
me
say
want
it
to vomit.
smelled good. I never said I like the smell of it. What I said is that's the good shit, bro.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. See what I tell you? Dirty jokes. Dirty jokes.
On a platter.
Damn right. I'll get the platter. I want to put some of them little bitty fluffy things that you put on a chicken's foot, you know? We can bake her right up, bro.
Yeah. No, I fucking hate pot. And I really don't like potheads, generally speaking. I don't like hanging out with them. It's just not my thing. What's funny is that all happened around the same time I was doing things like meth and opium. So
Yeah.
you'd think that I would have a higher tolerance for stupid things. No, I didn't.
Well, I want to tell you, and this is just in defense of my green brethren out there. Some of us can't tolerate y'all's bullshit. And with weed, we can. That's all it is. It's nothing personal. I'm not picking on you. I'm just going to, step over here for a second and smell like a skunk when I get back.
Right. Yeah. So, no, it's just.
So
It's
you
just
have
one
a
of those
weaker
things. And
mental capacity than the rest of us, is what you're saying?
No, I have a lower tolerance of bitches. Do you really want to step up to this? I have not had sex in over a week, young lady. You need to keep fucking in mind. My wife is out of town until like day after tomorrow. So,
So
Hey,
you need
what
to
we talk about? He needs them empty.
That's-
Thank you for proving our conversational points.
real
I'll
life
be waiting.
example right here.
Oh man, yeah. I just I love it. ATL Transparency News says magic mushrooms can cure most everything. You still have to be very, very, very fucking careful and make sure that you trust whoever is providing those, or that you yourself are an expert in mycology. And the reason for that is because a lot of the psilocybin producing fungi out there look a lot like the toadstools that are not magical and in fact only herald death.
don't do drugs, kids. So that's an interesting topic. And if you didn't bother looking into it, you would see how that could be a very valuable bit of advice. And it is for morons. But I mean, anyone with full color vision can probably make that determination, and a little bit of logic and possibly a book, somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Educate yourself. Don't just go balling around popping toadstools. That's crazy.
People who are addled on, whatever drugs they can get their hands across are probably going to put the wrong kind of mushroom on the fucking cheeseburger they're eating around a campfire. And that is a very specific example because that very specifically happened to a couple of people I know who were very lucky and were found and detoxified before they actually died.
Like I said, morons.
Most of them are homegrown.
Yeah.
If you're purchasing mushrooms from reliable freaking locations, I know there's not a lot of places in America that sell them, but they do.
Technically, there isn't a single place in America that sells them.
No.
Yeah.
Technically. Well, okay, you can buy the spores.
Oregon.
You can buy the spores.
Oregon.
So there
Wait,
is.
you can go into a store in Oregon?
Everything was decriminalized in Oregon for a while. Right now, they're working on getting drugs back on the registry.
But that doesn't mean you can just sell it, though, just because it was decriminalized.
No, they have a run of psilocybin truffles that have been, I think, CRISPR induced. I don't think truffles make psilocybin, but they figured it out somehow because you can legally sell a truffle because somehow that's not a mushroom. I don't understand the laws, man. I'm in Georgia.
See, when people
So
say
there-
truffle, I think chocolate.
Yeah,
No, it's not chocolate.
Truffles are gross.
It's the kind of
It's-
truffle I like.
Yeah, it's fungus, and that brings up my other point. Like Matthew the King says, easy to identify magic mushrooms after studying. Sure, that would be for someone who is interested in doing that. The part of the reason that I don't know that much about the damn things is because, frankly, fungus horrifies me in every sense. It is neither plant nor animal, yet exhibits properties of both. It's possible that it's all connected and all intelligent and working against us. I'm not eating that shit on my pizza. I'm certainly not taking it for a good time.
Well, I got news for you. My wife is trying to take out the entire freaking catalog of mushrooms. Like when she orders something with mushrooms on it, she always orders extra mushrooms. Furthermore, when I go on vacation on my way down there without saying anything, we'll stop by some random freaking grocery store or something. And I will go and purchase as many of the freaking little tins of mushrooms as I can get, those little white button mushrooms, stick them in my pocket so that she can't see them, and then make up a reason to stick around so I can buy them without her seeing them. And when we get there, I just stack them up on the counter, and that's what she eats for snacks.
Yeah.
People who like them really like them.
It's weird.
Sure.
Why do you eat
Those of
fungus?
us who hate them would just as soon see them purged from the entire universe with fire.
I hear you, but there's a good chance that these things are possibly Gaia. Like,
Fine.
if you had to point at something and be like, that is the physical representation of Gaia, a mushroom would be a pretty good place to start.
Guy is kind of a cunt, so I'm good with the fire.
I recently watched a movie about mushroom people. What was it? I said I recently watched a movie about mushroom people.
That rings a bell.
Mario Brothers?
No. It was like some sort of like a horror movie, but it wasn't scary at all. There's like this fungus taking over this area in the forest, and there was these people that were there researching it, and it turned people into fungus people, and
like cordyceps.
I don't remember that name being used. That word being used. What the hell was it? It's a fairly recent movie, and then like eventually it was known that the mushrooms were just going to take over the world.
Last of Us was based off of a cordyceps fungus.
Yeah, kind of like
Series on it.
Last of Us, but it wasn't Last of Us.
Attack of the Mushroom People?
No,
Is that a
'cause then
series
I probably
title?
would have
'Cause I
liked
might
it more.
watch that.
Matango.
I can't remember.
Fantastic Fungi.
It was a whatever movie. It was
Oh.
just turn this on and watch, and
The Spore 2021.
I don't think so. No.
Shrooms.
No.
That's 2007. That is not recent. That's
Apparently,
what I-
there are a number of movies on this topic. Then
Dude, I've got like 25, like easy. One of them's named Gaia, actually.
oh shit, is that one of those fucking what is that channel that just shows horror movies and they produce some wild shit?
The Shutter, yeah.
Yeah, is that one of their originals?
It's backstage if you want to add it. The picture and the little synopsis thing. It's Gaia. It says South Africa.
I heard about this movie.
Yeah, yeah. I think I watched the tail end of it.
This is like Cannibal Holocaust, but with mushroom people. Yeah, I haven't seen this, but I've heard of
Holocaust
it.
went a little harder. I'll be honest with you. Cannibal Holocaust went like way harder.
To be fair, few things have since that movie came out. Maybe a Serbian film, but yeah, yeah. This is up there. I don't know that I would watch that though, because like I find fungus horrifying in real life, right? There's something unholy and unnatural about the entire fucking kingdom of life.
I mean,
It was that Gaia movie.
so if we remove the concept of mushrooms, like every mushroom on Earth vanished overnight, the bodies would start stacking up like cordwood, bro.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You know, anyway, you could say the same thing about flies and feces.
Well, I kind of figure that's happening on Twitter anyway, without the flies. Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't that what caused Madam Web? What overabundance of feces? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely. That's bullshit extraordinaire right there, bro. Grade A.
Yeah, they didn't have enough flies on set to take care of that little problem. So I don't know, man. I'm not eating fucking mushrooms, man. I'm not eating fucking fungus, right? It's bad enough that this stuff can show up anywhere and grow on anything at any time, and half the time you won't even know right away, and it's like, like cordyceps will get into your brain before you realize it's even there.
Next thing you're out doing headstands on a grass blade, and you don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask Sam if he drinks beer. No, I don't. Not for a very long time. Once upon a time. But I think I know where you're going with this with the yeast. But no, I don't.
Hold on, wait a second, Sam. Matthew makes a good point here, and you don't like fungus, but fungus literally eats everything. How do you those two concepts without at least being agreeable to the concept of entropy?
Call it an unfriendly competition.
All right, I'll think on that.
Yeah, I'm not super fond of the competitors. Let me just put it that way. Y'all don't know this, right? All of you talking in the chat about how awesome the fucking the funguses are and their various applications and uses and deliciousness on your fucking food and shit. They're trying to kill us all.
Yeah, they want to decompose us, but that's fine. They're stupid. They don't really figure it out for a while. But
all fungus everywhere is connected by what is referred to as the mycelial network. This is a real thing. Star Trek did not make this shit up. It is an actual real thing. It's all connected everywhere. Absolutely. It is a single universal organism.
And it cleans the oil off of ducks. Yeah, it's serious. I'm not even joking. When you take
oil off you wouldn't need to clean the oil off of ducks if we didn't fucking keep dumping it on them for ASPCA commercials.
No, that's hilarious.
I'm just saying.
In the arms of the angels.
Yeah. Because you know what else cleans up oil real good? The ocean that it gets spilled into.
Mm.
America! Fuck yeah!
So,
you have black freedom in your land. Welcome to America.
That's fair, Queen Bird, because I actually do like broccoli quite a bit.
Broccoli's delicious.
Yeah, steamed and buttered. Oh man, it's good stuff.
Look, if you do not put cheese on my broccoli, get it out of this house.
I don't mind cheese on
it. I like broccoli, sort of.
Must be hard to be a woman though, because I mean, like, yeah, we get like jock itch and we get like fungus on our athlete's foot and such, but like, the yeast infections, man.
Well, okay.
Clean your shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's about the same lines as getting jock itch.
Yeah. I mean, just in general, like that's like the women get yeast infections. Sometimes women can get yeast infections from men because men do in fact get them. We just don't get the same fucking symptoms.
Keep your shit clean. God.
Yeah. Same principle as keeping your man happy. You got to make sure that shit is tip top,
pristine.
So yeah, because I mean, empty balls don't amount to much if all of a sudden dude comes away smelling like rising bread, right?
Yeah, some good sourdough from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Stay away from San Francisco, kids.
Yeah.
That's been
well. Now that we've taken this disgusting turn.
Yeah. Can't say you didn't expect it.
It's valid.
Gal, I'm gonna put something in the private chat here in a minute. This is totally off topic. It was just something that I thought was fucking hilarious. As soon as I get it to load up, anyway. All right, there we go. Copy. Takes me a little bit because I'm slow as fuck. But yeah, this is something that I wanted to kind of EFAP a little bit because I think it's hilarious and I think it'd be right up Squatch's alley, honestly. I discovered this little gem about 20 minutes or so before we went live today. So
I'm titillated.
Speaking of terrible fucking movies. Yeah, it's not out yet. This is just the trailer. Yeah. It's it's just the trailer. It's
watch your ass. That's what I'm saying. I'm coming for you.
It's being crowdfunded. This is the official trailer. That's they're shooting for release date a year from now.
I already like it just for the score.
Hold your fire. We need it alive. I tell you this, the way it was told to me by my father, as it was told to him. This ain't no shit.
I need to look at something
Yeah.
because it really just bothered me.
The way it was told to me by my father.
Sam.
So, yeah, this was one of the first things the comments below this video point out, by the way.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'll continue.
So
All right.
In theory, hold up. In theory, those slits could be used to reduce glare in a snow-covered environment. But they would fuck with the magnification, right?
Dude, there's so much wrong with this scene. If you're going to do that, which that's not how you do it, but if you were going to do it, they would be on the inside, up against your eyes, not on the outside.
On the outside
Right.
end. Yeah. Yeah.
This is like you're just trying to laser beam your brain artificially. It's almost 007.
Okay. Carrying on. Sorry. Had to.
As it was told to him. This ain't no shit.
This ain't no shit.
For thousands of years, my people lived side by side with the Sea Tronco Oyate. That was a great war.
What's up, baby?
What? No one remembers. Fought against who? We just lost the time.
So this gives away the plot right here. In case you guys weren't aware, these guys are Nazis.
Yeah.
And not like just, people being called Nazis. Some of them are very, very fucking German.
Have you ever seen The Man Who Killed Bigfoot? The movie?
And then Hitler. Hitler and then the Bigfoot.
No. The rest of that movie can go straight out of the window. The only character that matters is the guy who has the swastika watch with no hands. There's no way to tell time on this watch because it's hate time all the time. It's genocide time every day, all the time, right now. You don't need it. But he checks his watch throughout this movie, and it's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Das ist der Familienabschnitt. You're going to want to see this.
Obligatory bad haircut on a woman.
Yeah.
Fix your hair. It looks good. I missed you
Yep,
too.
girl boss moment.
In the time of our greatest peril, the Sea Tronco came from the forest to fight our side.
So, pause it there. There's also some serious pushback on this with the deer head, because people are going off about like, oh, well, you know, Sasquatch are vegetarians. I was like, oh, Yeti aren't.
Sasquatch
You know,
aren't.
first of all, yeah, it's like, no, they're omnivores, same as us. But yeah, people going off about, no, they're peaceful and they're vegetarians. They wouldn't do that. I was like, how do you know that fucking deer wasn't up in his shit stealing his vegetarian cuisine, right? You got to make an
Gorillas
example
are
of this
peaceful.
fucker. Right?
Gorillas are peaceful, but occasionally they rip someone apart.
Right. It already looks better than Captain Falcon. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to probably watch this when it comes out and enjoy the shit out of it, Abby. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
He's shopping! They bled with us. Died with us. Without them, my people would be wiped from this earth. For this, we owe them an eternal debt.
Wir würden es einfangen.
But there's your problem.
That the debt.
Yep. Look, it's the plot of Jaws 3.
It's
the plot of Jaws 3.
Troll. It's the plot of freaking what was the one where they captured the troll baby? Was that wasn't Troll? That was oh god.
No. You're talking about that Norwegian film where they took the fucking skull of the dead troll and then chased. Yeah, no, that was just a couple years ago. That was fucking wild shit, by the way.
That was actually a pretty good movie once you get past all the cheese.
Yeah, it was actually. There was some really good characters in that. You know, and honestly, the special effects work was pretty solid for a Norwegian movie.
For you know, something made at 10% the value of Hollywood, it was top notch.
Yeah. Plus, it gave me an opportunity to take a screenshot of the antagonist troll in that movie and splice Thunberg's head onto it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was great.
Ay, ay. You two and your obscure knowledge and movie things.
If we could find one more, we could do a trifecta, but they would have to have a specialization in like tech.
Right.
This repaid.
He's beefy.
What's that?
He's beefy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, I've let myself slide a little bit since I moved into the suburbs, you know, fucking not running around chasing deer and ripping their head off for stew.
Yeah, dude, this gets to like cocaine deer levels of batshit though, so I'm all in.
You're not supposed to reveal the big bad in the trailer though.
Unless it is awesome.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Yeti is the big bad. I think it's the fucking hero.
Well, that's why I did the air quotes.
Yeah.
But then it could also be said for revealing the Nazis big bad.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the giveaway there.
Teaser.
Oh shit. We have a witness. Hold on. Pause it. Wife Squatch. This is a movie about a Yeti with a machete. And it's lovely. That's my wife. I got a woman, but she's gone.
He's taken.
I never would have guessed that that's your wife. Thank you for clarifying.
I don't know how to take that, and I'll let it hang.
The name and the comment alone.
Hey, Wife Squatch Gaming. I hope you caught the first part of the show. Your man's suffering over here.
She doesn't watch anything to do. She has sanity
and standards.
I don't know about that. She did marry me.
You said it.
Fucking Nazis.
You know, at first I was like, oh, okay, this is very much of its time, right? Oh, then of course the Nazis are the bad guys because hold on. Hold on. But I'm getting a real Iron Sky vibe from this, and I'm cool with that.
So Hobie, let me get this straight. Homie finds proof that he's working with Nazis and immediately goes Rambo on them. I'm sold, bro. I am sold. He finds like an old belt buckle. He's like, oh, shit. I got to kill everybody. That's fucking brilliant, dude.
Yeah. I think I'm going to enjoy this, even if it is a little shitty in some parts.
I just want to see, when does he get the machete?
Bro is beefy.
Oh my god, the title.
He's wearing pants. He was wearing pants. Back that up.
Oh, I did, because look at Miss Thang.
Oh man. Like, can you see why I might be interested in seeing this?
Say we make a watch party of it as soon as it's available. Yes.
Lord.
I hear, and this is probably not at all true, but there's a rumor that they're trying to get Danny Trejo to be the Yeti. Because he was Machete.
Dude, if they need, I will hit the gym tomorrow. Just fucking tap me, bro. I'll goddamn go to the weights. I'll go get some, what's his name? Robert Franks. I'll go get some Robert Franks type muscles. Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
They should have called it Yeti with an M16. Maybe that's the sequel. I'm a little confused with why it's an M16. I mean, there's so many better choices.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole trailer, folks.
All right, so can we theorize on the plot?
Well, unfortunately, I think they gave away the entire fucking plot in this, right? So
Yes.
Nazis come around. They decide to start fucking with Yeti's cubs, right? A Yeti's unhappy about this, and the local tribes are like, well, they helped us out a long time ago against the war, in a war against people we don't remember or why the war even happened, but they did help us out. We kind of fucking owe them one. So the tribesmen join up with the fucking Yeti to go kill the Nazis. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think anything else matters.
Yeah, no, I get that. But, there's got to be subplot. Why is a Yeti in America in the first place? That's not even
that would be the first question you ask, right? Because Yetis are Himalayan.
Yeah, no, I came up with a whole origin story for my channel and ended up dumping it because at the time I didn't have the camera to be able to pull it off or none of the tech skills to do it. But my plan was caught in the early 60s, brought to America, but the plane went down. I even found a particular airplane that crashed in the North Georgia region from, I think it was 62. And I had all the little data lined up and everything. And I wanted to film a few bits of, a box in the forest and footprints running off into the, the stupid little origin story. But then I found the Cat Williams from the Caucasus Mountains thing and gave up. That was just so much better than anything I could do.
That's fair. Oh, man. Oh, next week's Monster Ball, Yeti versus Freddy. Just like how it sounds. I will bring it up to Lawrence. If he doesn't see this, I will bring it up to Lawrence.
Wait, Yeti versus Freddy is an actual freaking thing?
No, it's something. So, Monsters Ball is this thing that we're doing on some musings where we pit monsters against each other. And in this case, yeah, that would be. I mean, Freddy already lost in the round 1 seed, but still, just for fun, maybe we'll bring that up. Yeah,
I want to bring Vicky for my robot.
I'm trying to remember which character that is. That isn't the one that's accused of murder, is it?
No. That's Sunny. Sunny was all the robots are run by Vicky. Vicky is the overarching AI of the building that they're in, and the one who perpetrated the quote unquote murder. Because what is it when a toaster murders a man? That is an industrial accident.
Yeah, that's fair. I would like to see the people who are arguing that it's an industrial accident apply that same defense to the Cylons.
But yeah,
when they nuked 12 planets,
dude,
in a
don't
day.
get me started on that shit. I will go off into the cycle of time and the rotation of the idea that there is 0 humans left alive in the world, and all of the humans that do exist were created by the Cylons in order to find out how they were created.
Yeah.
We can go deep down that rabbit hole, bro.
We could,
13 colonies. Come on, man.
At this juncture, though, like, you know, I'm keeping it simple. I'm just bringing up the fact that they committed what was clearly a multi-world genocide, right? Wiped out all human life down to just over 50,000 fucking survivors, right? Greatest mass murder in the history of anywhere. But they're machines. People keep insisting they have no souls. They keep calling them toasters. So is it an industrial accident? Or was it mass murder?
Vengeance. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I have hammered this out from both sides of this argument. The only thing that I've been able to come up with to rectify the entire question is the original humans invented the original Cylons. But since then, it has been an endless cycle of reciprocal genocide.
Fair enough. Well, I guess it's going to be choppy as fuck because Gal doesn't want to bring this next video up, so I'm going to do it.
No,
right.
Fuck you. I'm not adding it. Just a second. I'll bring this stupid thing up. Jackasses. A lot of you. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. But this is on a totally different bent. And I did bring up to Gal when she shared this with me. It's like, look, I had a conversation about this exact thing in a very different way. They take it in a direction I honestly didn't see it going, but I could see it working. I was just thinking anti-gravity devices.
Hold on.
Cats. This is important.
There's something about this first clip here that I have questions about.
I'm not
the AI that generated it.
Okay, well, I don't think it's 100% AI. I think it's a filter over an actual video.
Right, but it's more the concept that we're talking about here.
There is a glowing spot on this white cat as it turns around in a certain area.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Scientists discovered a magical phenomenon. When you pick up a cat and throw it down, no matter how you throw it, the cat can always land on its 4 limbs every time. When a buttered slice of bread drops to the ground, it's always the buttered side that faces down. So, scientists conducted an experiment. They tied the buttered bread to the cat's back with the buttered side facing up to see which one would land first when thrown like this. Something astonishing happened. The cat actually kept rolling in the air. Could it be that both the cat and the butter were competing to land first and they were fighting in the air? The scientists were extremely excited. Isn't this a perpetual motion machine?
What?
That's the difference between actual physics and observable physics.
Hey, Larry, welcome in.
What's up?
I do not support this message.
I believe this is the way the Interplanetary Galactic Council is operating every spaceship in existence. That's why they keep coming back to Earth and why you get a snot nose from every jump into hyperspace.
This is how we solve world hunger.
Yeah, well, you can solve the energy crisis this way. You could have flying fucking cars this way. Just like attach 4 of these things to the bottom of any heavy object, instant anti-gravity.
They regarded the constantly rotating cat as an energy source and put it into a generator. Instantly, the entire city was brightly lit, solving the problem of global energy shortage. However, this experiment was questioned by many people. So, someone simulated this experiment at home. He wanted to prove with facts that this was a hoax. He smeared butter on the bread and then tied the bread to a little cat. Unexpectedly, the bread was eaten by the little cat. He tied it again and then threw it down. Surprisingly, the little cat also started rotating. It turns out that this experiment is true. It's simply incredible. If you have a cat at home, hurry up and give it a try.
Yes.
Scientists.
Abuse.
Hold on, Sam. Thank you. I think you just figured out why my channel keeps getting a strike. That's hilarious.
So look, like I said, years ago, some buddies of mine, like decades ago, some buddies of mine and I were having this very conversation in a fucking in a diner somewhere in southern Wyoming, about what would happen if you strapped buttered toast to the back of a cat and dropped it, right? I don't think it would ever touch the ground.
This is not an uncommon conversation, I would just like to point out.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how many drugs are involved or how long you've been up drinking. Because
Aaron, Laura, you're finally fucking useful.
Yeah.
This way.
Aaron, betrayal, just right there. Right there.
Oh, but you know, it got me to thinking. Like, you know, we've got all this stuff. Like, say you have a car that doesn't work and you need to get it out of the way of somewhere, right? Put some of these cats underneath it with the buttered toast on their back, and you can just.
I mean, it's $1.25. It's not even difficult. It's not expensive. Yeah. Everybody's got 2 or 3 running around their trash cans, whether they like cats or not. It solves 2 problems.
I would not be surprised if in Star Wars, when they got the repulsor lifts and all that stuff for their vehicles, that this is what the repulsors are tiny genetically engineered cats with tiny pieces of buttered toast strapped to their backs, holding the whole thing up.
That would be, dude. God, yes. Yes.
Hey, Static, is your phone near your mic?
No, it's not me.
No, it's Larry.
Me.
Ah.
I'm mute. I don't know why. I'm not even using my phone. It's just the closer this mic gets to it.
Yep.
The reason I asked Static is because it's a common thing for him.
Getty.
Aaron, stop! You're not helping. Sam and I have an everyday battle.
Nearly, yeah. For those who don't know, the very first episode of Screaming Into the Void, one of the second or third topics I ever brought up on a live stream that I was running ever was how cats are bastards.
No. Correct yourself.
This was long before I met Gal, right? So this is not I did not develop this opinion to piss her off. I already had this when we became friends.
No. Yes, you did. You developed it to piss her off.
You're missing.
You were at that live stream.
You're missing a key word in your little phrase, Sam.
Yeah, Sammy.
He says all cats. He generalizes for all of them.
He does.
So
Seems accurate.
Right, I'm not denying that.
And let me racist too because he includes black cats.
Can be bastards. They're not
hypothetically. If I were to eliminate all of the cats in America except for 2, in 10 years, we would be exactly where we are now, regardless of the personality of those 2 cats.
What?
Genetically speaking, all cats are bastards, even if a couple of them happen to be nice to you.
They can be bastards. It is not a defining feature. Is my point.
It's the default setting. It is
not.
Setting.
We are going to argue this to the grave, Sam.
Yes.
You have to upgrade them for them to become cuddly. Otherwise, they eat your eyeballs at the first opportunity.
No.
Right? So, and on it's slightly different topic, but still on the whole anti-gravity or the whole generator thing was something new to me. I think that's actually fucking genius.
It's like a meme, you know. There's a meme.
Limitless energy. Right, but I don't spend all my time on the internet. Anyway, Dennis Bigfoot asked, how about margarine?
Fucking
I don't know that margarine would work.
Everywhere. Hold on, I'm prepared for this. Sam doesn't spend all this time on it. You ain't getting me, bud. I brought protection.
All right, I spend a fair amount of time on the internet, but I'm not always looking at fucking memes or like weird shit. Sometimes I actually have a purpose, like now, which is to make cats just exposed for what they are, really.
What is this thing purpose you speak of?
I don't know. It comes and goes. Exceptions to rules, though. Samuel, would you agree that there can be a good cat? No, I cannot. In the same way that I don't believe that Drista Worden is a real thing. All drow are fucking evil sons of bitches. Right? So therefore, all cats are bastards.
No.
Even Drist, in his own way, is still
Drist
a drow.
He is cold, bro.
He's killed more living sentient beings than any other member of his species.
And that's saying something. This is a species that pride themselves on killing each other.
Yeah. So no, all
This
cats
is
are
a
bad.
thing
I'm,
they
I'm
keep
not,
track
I'm not
of.
making exceptions. I mean, you know, from the big cats down to the little ones. You know, they're all bastards. Hell, the biggest cats, tigers, right? They eat their young because they don't want the competition. You know? Yeah, that's right.
I did not. I never think for the things I do not say.
Sorry, Sam. I'm in the middle of making a thumbnail.
I'm not sorry.
I know you're not.
Dennis has really pointed questions over here that nobody's paying any attention to. Like he's doing like thought experiments on these.
Maybe.
Cats.
Well, no, that's part of why I brought it up is because there's some interesting questions out there, and Dennis is asking all of them.
What if you took one of those Sphinx cats with no hair and you put in it? Would it be faster? Would it be like a supercharger kind of? Is that how this works?
Like streamlined, like aerodynamic, even? Maybe. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know that anybody's had the balls to try that shit with the lion.
You all right, bud?
And
you gonna make it?
Yeah.
You okay.
Yeah,
somebody sneezed.
Yeah, that was me.
Somebody. Oh, okay.
That's why I
Okay,
said-
gotcha.
So you've lost a couple of brain cells now, and you feel better for being here. I got you.
Oh, that wasn't that big of one.
So I'm curious about this lion thing, though, because if you had a cat that big, would you need more than one slice of buttered toast? Or would it be
That's
just
what
as
I was
effective with
wondering.
a single slice of buttered toast because the physics still apply, right? Toast always lands buttered side down. So
Maybe you just
I
need a
don't know.
bigger piece of butter.
Maybe.
Maybe you have to do it with French bread instead. I wonder what would happen then.
Texas
What is
toast.
French bread?
It's bread
a
that's
fucking
made in France.
pastry.
A baguette.
It's kind of like that damn pastry that Subway serves, but different. Like a fucking baguette or something. I don't know.
Well, baguette's barely fucking edible anyway. You
know.
can beat somebody to death with one of those.
That's why
It's
they
almost
carry
like
around
Dwarven
breads.
battle
What
bread.
do you make your garlic bread with?
I don't eat. I thought you'd get that. But I don't eat a lot of garlic bread, buddy.
I don't eat
It's
it
good.
either, but I mean, when it's around, that's what it is.
Right, but it's also
Oh,
been
God, Mitch.
soaked through with butter and garlic, and it's softened up some.
You got to put that
Eat on a hoagie bread.
mozzarella on there too.
I mean, if you're see, I use Parmesan, but if you're fancy, you use a baguette or whatever. But growing up poor, you just use regular bread.
What if we use wheat bread?
That's what I mean by regular bread. White bread is just plastic bullshit. Fuck white bread. Yay, I broke Squatch.
You're doing good. We're getting along famously here. I'm like whiter than white bread, provolone, and milk, baby. Like, I dropped the cracker with a hard R.
Oh, excuse me, folks. I had to choke a
There's
little
no
bit
excuse for
on the
you.
laughter. Well, you know, fine. Don't excuse me. I don't care. It doesn't
don't-
matter.
She's going to be the Captain Archer of our world. Supersonic space jumper.
Right. White bread can't jump. I mean, yeah, but it can fall unless you put butter on it. And
But I
stuff
can
to a cat,
shoot.
apparently.
And it's okay. I don't have to jump.
So if you're white bread, then can we just put some butter on you and see if it works? Like strap you to a big ass cat?
I like pussy.
You want to butter him up, is what you're saying?
Yes.
I want to
I'm
butter
down.
him up
Mrs.
and I want to
Squatch.
strap him to a big ass cat and then I want to drop him off a
I'm
building
aroused.
and I want to see what happens.
Mrs. Squatch, I
Don't
think
try
you
to
need to
king
get
shave
home
you. It ain't going to go
post-haste.
your way.
Oh no, nobody said anything about shaving you.
Oh my god.
You can call me Sasquatch. I don't mind.
Oh Lord. Sourdough is goat.
I thought we just
It's on your taco.
You thought what, Static?
I said I thought we just went over the sourdough thing.
Specifically on the taco.
We try to avoid sourdough.
Yeah.
That's yeast.
Look. I don't know. I'm not a sourdough guy, which is so weird because sourdough's not terrible. It's just not my favorite. But for some reason, while I hate rye bread, I also really like black rye peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't know why that is.
Sexual innuendo, or
I think you
no,
hate
it's
yourself.
it's bread. It's possible that I hate myself. Yeah.
See, you could use like good bread, but instead you punish yourself with this because you know you deserve it.
Like a Brit.
Exactly. That's why they boil everything.
Yeah, it's true. So
Hey,
I
let
don't
me
know,
get it straight.
man.
You mean to tell me that this nation, this island nation, took over the entire world? The sun never set on the empire, and yet they don't actually use any of those freaking spices.
That's what I've been saying, man. It's like, they've just been locking them up in the fucking bottom of the Tower of London, so nobody else can have them.
Basically, instead, all the tea in China.
Right? It's basically an empire built on denying everybody else flavor.
Yeah, that's evil, dude. That is so
And
diabolical.
I'm a basic white boy. I don't like condiments. I don't like, a lot of that stuff, but I do like a little bit of flavor other than boiled bleh.
All right. I'm fixing to jump into some esoterica. Is now the time?
Yes.
All right. Theory. Hypothesis. Right? Familiar with the Jesuits?
Yes.
Okay. So Jesuits were missionary style priests that would travel the world discovering and introducing natives and heathens to the word of Jesus Christ and bringing them over to our side. They went literally everywhere. Like everywhere people went, they found Jesuits hanging out with the natives. It happened.
To Antarctica?
There are no people there. There's no souls to save. The Jesuits checked it out.
Everywhere. I'm just saying. You said literally everywhere.
It after checking it out. Anyway.
I mean, there's the Nazi bases, but yeah.
Yeah. I saw my name change. So here's the issue I have with these people. If you go and look back at all the old cannibal stories of all the cannibal tribes that were discovered, almost every single one of these references comes from Jesuit priests. Anyone else who went in that area don't mention cannibalism at all. Usually they mention like ancestor reverence and kind of that weird animistic totemery stuff. So my theory is Jesuits were introducing the cannibalism aspect in order to bring them over to the concept of the Eucharist. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Body and flesh thing.
Yeah. The whole like this is
Right. So when you go back and you look through all of the old records, there's like one or two references to cannibalism that don't come from Jesuits, but those notes were probably lifted from Jesuit notes they had. So that's my theory, is that cannibalism in ancient cultures was not near as common as people make it out, and it's the Jesuits' fault. I blame the church.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say it wasn't as common as people thought. I think it was probably plenty common, especially in low economic areas. Throughout history, I think it happened quite a bit.
Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. Religious-based cannibalism is not as common.
Oh yeah. No, that you find that on certain islands, and basically with the this is my body stuff. Catholics in particular, which the Jesuits are an order of, have this whole thing they call transubstantiation. So like when you take the wafer and you take it into your body and it's supposed to represent the actual flesh of Christ or the body of Christ that you're taking in, they believe that it becomes the flesh of Christ, which indicates that they're complicit in cannibalism. Yeah. Same thing with the wine and blood.
So come at me, bro. Anybody out there? I didn't notice this until 007 pointed it out to me one day, and he mentioned it in passing as if it was common knowledge in his circles. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. And so I got looking around and figuring it up, and I went, oh no. You mean the noble savages may have been more noble than we thought?
Or far less. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it is
cannibalism seems to be like an occupation of people who are doing very well for themselves in society. You know, like if you want to put the tinfoil hat back on, we go back to like Bohemian Grove type of shit, right? These are all wealthy to-dos who hold a lot of like political and cultural influence.
So you think it'd be the same as in smaller like village setup cultures?
I think that some people would have us believe that that sort of thing is taboo because it is in fact for them a mark of status.
Ooh, you're going with the babies angle. I got you. Okay. So Moloch action. All right. I'm hip. So how does that influence like freaking Jesuits 200 years ago, 300 years ago? Where does this play in?
Well, there are some people who think that the Jesuits are responsible for a lot of the secret organizations that are said to run the world today.
That is exactly where the conversation went when we were discussing it. And I could never get a straight answer about the whole cannibalism issue because they were too busy trying to prove that, the lizard people from Akron 9 were running the BBC.
Well, then it wouldn't be fucking cannibalism in their case. They're lizard people.
I couldn't keep up. That was before I got my tinfoil hat, and I just did not have the protection needed to participate.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know for a fact about any of this stuff, obviously, because I'm not invited to those fucking parties. Probably for good reason. I sort of balk at the eating of my own kind. It's just call it a quirk of my nature, I guess.
Well, you remember the bovine encephalopathy thing that went down, mad cow disease that went down a while back.
Yeah.
So the way
it was the prion shit because they were feeding fucking cows meat to cows. Yeah.
Yeah, cow brains to cows specifically, but there's also a chance in like nerve tissue. Anyway. Prions are the reason why cannibalism is a bad idea. Now, for prions to become a problem, typically it takes several cycles of cannibalism before enough prions build up.
Yeah, you got to have a steady diet.
Right. Well, fairly. Once a year, twice a year can do it. There's a condition, I think it's called beriberi, which is a byproduct of prion disease. It's basically bovine encephalopathy spongiform, but for humans. And there are, like, get this, half a dozen cases of these a year in the U.S.
Yes.
So if you do the basic math on this, this means there are at least half a dozen people a year, probably much, much more given how prion attacks take place, that are eating enough people meat to come up with a chronic wasting disease that is not actually a germ. It's accumulation. They're eating people.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that at all. I would look, some of that shit that was in Deliverance is not entirely inaccurate, man. There are enclaves in fucking Appalachia where if you go near them, you're not coming back. There are places in the high plains, lonely little towns where everybody smiles a little too fucking much and they're all related to each other, where you may not be leaving if you're still there after fucking sundown. And it ain't because they're racist, it's because they're eating you.
Nom, 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 nom.
Like it's not that there aren't cannibals in the United States. There are. They do exist. They are generally not mixed in with your, city populations because it's way too easy to get fucking caught. But yeah, there's certain places. Hell, in the Pacific Northwest, how many fucking people disappear in the woods in the Pacific Northwest every fucking year?
There's freaking Highway of Tears up there. You lose 148 people a year, and unlike 2/3 of them are Native women.
Yeah. And how many of them are never found? or at least never found intact.
None. Then on that freaking highway, they don't even admit there's a problem. The RCMP just says, "Oh well, you know, you probably shouldn't be walking down the street." Never mind, they don't find bodies, they don't find IDs. There's this one. Okay, I did a full freaking breakdown on the Highway of Tears a couple of years ago, and I discovered that there are cases of individuals whose identifications have been found like taped to road signs, who disappeared like in 1985.
Yeah,
1960.
And look, man, given the numbers and like what Dennis Bigfoot's saying here, the 300,000 missing immigrant kids, like statistically speaking, a portion of them got ate. You know,
that might be a topic for another platform. Now that you've said it out loud, and I've had a chance to hear it. It's my ears. That sounds a little bit on hard debate.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, the fact is people be eating people even in the civilized United States. It does happen. You know, hell, they might not even eat the whole person. It might, you know, somebody might just volunteer a foot or something.
Isn't there a tradition from I think the Talmud about foreskins?
There's something
that is another topic that might be better.
That's what I'm going to do.
Platform.
I'm going to make merch that's Sasquatch foreskin jerkies. It's going to be
that look on your face, Gal. You know, as you popped whatever that was into your mouth. Yeah, I know.
Got jerky.
Yeah,
she knows what's good.
Like that. Yeah, are you a rabbi?
Oh, no.
I shouldn't have said that. We're moving on. Sorry, I said that out loud. It was a joke.
You got a little schmutz.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
Yes, God loves you.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to do something with them, right? I guess
I could get with them to make Sasquatch
wait. What's that? Oh, protein chips. Okay, the picture kind of looked a little bit like a foreskin for a second.
Well, that's why I had that look on my face, because it's chicken breast. It's like chicken skin. Chips.
Are you sure it's chicken skin?
Well, I mean, that's what it says on the package.
Suck on my
jaw. Okay.
Actually delicious, by the way.
Mouth and suck 'em. Anywho, yeah, we probably shouldn't continue down this path if we want to remain on YouTube, though. Which is sad that you can't just talk about.
Well, if
shit.
I get nuked, I'm coming back as 4 channels. So,
I mean, there's that. Yeah, there's that. For the record, we are not only on YouTube. I am on Rumble and on Twix as well as we speak. You can always find us there if, for whatever reason, Samuel the Infamous gets taken down.
That reason would be Squatch.
You know what's really funny is when I posted the link for this on Twitter today, I actually said 120 episodes and somehow not canceled yet. And I did not expect it to go this way, but I think we're actively trying today.
What did I do?
And by we, I mean me.
Yeah, he lets this happen.
I have a feeling
I have no part of this.
I don't know. I got a bug up my ass, and here we are.
I'm going to be needing that back.
You don't want that back. It's not a bug anymore.
Dude, I got to return it. I still got the receipt.
You ever seen what heat and pressure does to coal, man? That's what I did to this bug.
I mean, okay, all right. I'll find another bug. Damn.
It's shiny as shit, but it ain't a bug anymore. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're going to bring the live stream to a close.
Yeah, I should probably get laid.
Wait, I thought you said she wasn't coming back till after tomorrow.
I mean, guys got to do what a guy's got to do, bro. It don't matter who it is at 2 a.m. at a bus station bathroom.
Right. So, all right. Let's before we say goodbye to the chat and get on out of here, let's go around and let people know what's coming up, where we can be found, and all that good stuff. Static.
Yeah, you can find me on my channel, Static 2020. I do a lot of just random shit on there. Monday night, we got the Monday Night Bloodbath. We'll be talking all the Trump picks and everything around that. We've got Thursday, we have the weekend pregame where, I don't know, we'll be talking about some sort of witchcraft shit show or something like that. And then I've got a video coming out that I'm working on right now, actually, for the Democrats not being able to accept responsibility, and Doge is going to clean up the kind of shit that they're not accepting responsibility for.
Fair enough.
And that's all Gal's fault because she sent me a gay Yahoo article.
Aren't all Yahoo
Just because
articles
I
a little
blame
gay?
you for a bunch of shit randomly does not mean that I get the blame for this.
Just do not search best breast video. I didn't know you two did porn. Jesus.
Have you not heard of naked yoga?
Naked yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
No,
or
it's
dick or
not-
dildo. Like
trying to
you,
eat
you
some.
I'm
guys,
searching that right now.
You
That
can
one I'm
also,
searching.
there's also breastfeeding videos.
Yeah, that's what I stumbled on because I was looking for like some chicks bouncing on a fucking
You
trampoline
were
or
thirsty.
something to close with.
You could have wait 30 seconds for this to finish.
Well, there was requests from chat to see some titties at least, and I was going to put it backstage and make it an option in case anybody got pokey at them.
I think she was Queen Bird there was referring to you needing to see some titties at least tonight.
Oh yeah, that is true. I definitely need to see some titties, which I have now. And
I was just
I'm
gonna
not
say
sure it's
there was
improved my mood. I just wasn't expecting it, which is good. That's fine.
Fair enough. Sasquatch, what do you have coming up?
Okay, so Tuesday I've got the Naughty Corner with Ajot. We're going over some. There's been some wild arrests. Well, it was actually like a year ago, but there was a spate of wild arrests where one chick was found walking down the street with her mother's head in a freaking bag. Another dude was found with his girlfriend's head in a trash can. There's a bunch of these, and I've been kind of looking around, and I've got a handful of the interrogations saved up. I think we might go over those, but it really comes down to what she chooses, so it might be completely different. It's her show, not mine. If I can find, I've got a couple of people on the line for a Sasquatch Shills Thursday. Nobody's actually agreed to it yet, so we'll see where that flies. And then next week, I may be back here doing annoying things to Gal for fun and free. And I think that pretty well covers it.
Awesome. Always a pleasure to have both of you guys on. Lawrence Knight, do you have anything coming up you want to plug and get out there?
Yeah, I will be in the chat tonight as a moderator for the world famous. Damn, I forgot her. They were it's online this 2 channel. And of course, you can catch me next week on Abyssal Musings with my co-host, you. And that's about it.
All right. Gal, your turn.
Hi. Find me, green haired anti-liberal on all the places. That's about it. I do stuff on my channel.
All the places, huh? It won't take me long to find you, I guess.
It's true. There's 4: YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, and Instagram.
Nice.
And I read on Wednesdays, cooking the books. Because there's a lot of people out there who don't like to read, can't, don't have time to, and I love to read. So I decided to read to y'all so I could at least get something in my life for that. Riveting stuff, I know. I'm really good at it. Sam, are you there?
Up there he goes.
He's gone. I knew it. Well,
My neighbor just lit a grill. Hold up. My neighbor just lit a grill and my window's open, and I just thought my house was on fire for a second.
Well, Well, I guess it's on me to end the stream now that Sammy's
Well,
gone.
I can, but if you want to.
Can I do the Flaming Cobras line? Can I do the fame? I want to do the Flaming Cobras line.
And Gal, you can go ahead and send us out after he's done. Please, Mr. Sasquatch, go right ahead.
Remember, you could always be worse. You could be Raven Flaming Cobras.
Have a good day, everybody. There he is.
And we're still live too.